You know why you're here for this video. You want to know how to shut down those unstoppable force items such as the DeMarcus Ware or the George Karlaftis or the Von Miller, or maybe you're getting wrecked by the new Don Terry Poe combine item or the Daniil Hunter that have the Colossus. No matter which glowing X Factor or passive X Factor as a regular ability you're facing, I'm going to give you a tip today that does not require any abilities on your offensive line to prevent those instant rushes. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, get out your pen and pad, and let's get after it. So the Colossus is arguably the best pass rushing ability in all of Madden, including Madden Ultimate Team, obviously, where a lot of times these players get to start with their X Factor on. And these are abilities that a lot of players tend to struggle with. We're going to talk about how you can slow down this ability because it's essentially an unstoppable force in a one-on-one situation. The act of double teaming it will just result in the player being able to split the double team easily. Now, this is making this so a lot of players are running this as the double team guy on loop blitz metas, or frankly, just rushing 3 players and relying on the Colossus to do all the work so they can drop 8 in coverage and switch stick. No matter what, it's a problem and it needs to be dealt with. So we'll start off here by talking about the first thing that will slow this down, and that is going to be the post-up ability. Now, the post-up ability is something where if either player that is double teaming against the Colossus has this ability, they will be able to secure the double team and he will not shed nearly as quickly, if at all, depending on how many players your opponent is rushing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you, I've got a post-up ability here on Kevin Mawai. And if I just put the double team icon on him, if he participates in that double team, you'll see him light up and secure that block, and he cannot get off this block at all, and he's not going to get home. And obviously you see the Colossus is completely shut down. So from an AP perspective, the simple act of keeping a player doesn't even have to be a starter. It could just be a bench player that you sub in situationally when you face this ability. We'll be able to shut it down. And this will allow you to run any type of play. You can run a traditional drop back pass. You can run, 1, 3, 5-step drops. You can play under center. It will not be able to beat that double team. So simply put, just make sure that you obviously put the double team or have the player that is blocking as part of the double team on the Colossus. And just for a little bit of extra here, I'm going to send a 4th rusher so you guys can see that that wasn't a situation where we just got penalized. You're going to see he genuinely does not split the double team, okay? And you see right there that even though I blitzed the 4th guy that came in, the Colossus itself did nothing on that play. So this post up is probably at surface level the best way to counter the Colossus. It's gonna allow you to run your entire offense. You don't have to really worry about it. So again, you see right here how Mawai and Long, Mawai is the only player with the post up in this double team. They are able to handle this and prevent that from happening. Now, again, the pressure that came in was because I double teamed him and didn't put in a slide protection here. But had I done a little bit of a slide protect to the right, Nitschke doesn't come in. And either way, Mawai is still participating in the double team. Therefore, the important part right here is this Colossus is not doing anything. So really, really good, especially if you're dealing with somebody that likes to rush 4. So I'll go ahead and show you guys Don Terry Poe in a 4-man rush scenario. Don Terry Poe is at that right of screen defensive tackle. Right here in this situation, I know for certain that I don't actually have a post up at the right guard or the right tackle. So if I were to be in a situation where I slapped a double team over here, you're most likely looking at this guy splitting this double team pretty quickly and being able to get home. So we have to make a decision. We can either turn our attention via sliding our protection so the center participates in the double team, or we could simply put, just make sure that our post up moves over to the right guard position for the purpose of picking this up. So you're going to see right here, I'm going to call the exact same defense, the exact same offense. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I put the double team here. And you're going to see right here that that Colossus is not going to do anything. You see that he's not splitting that at all. In fact, he gets put down because the post up was participating in that interaction. So the post up is a direct counter to the Colossus from a double team perspective. It is not, however, a counter from a one-on-one blocking perspective unless you have a different ability. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically show you that you must also have in a one-on-one scenario, an ability that is known as either Secure Protector or Pass Protector to counter this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you Mawai against Poe one-on-one. Now, keep in mind also that while the Pass Protector does shut down the instant win of the Colossus, that there still are other variables in play here. Mawai being a little bit undersized compared to Poe. They played in different eras. Mawai, I believe, is like in the 280s for his weight, might even be just a little bit heavier than that. But Poe's a big boy, even though his player model is super skinny. A lot of times he gets crazy bull rush animations. But I am going to show you guys a one-on-one here, hopefully, where you're going to see that he's able to hold his own. Now, it did take a little bit longer for him to light up and be able to get that shed. Eventually it does happen, but it's not that instant win that you saw in the beginning where he just ran straight through the center in 1 second. You know, there will be a little bit of a delay before that shed occurs. So again, I could go ahead and snap this ball and kind of rely on Mawai to do a pretty good job. Eventually he's going to get a shed, but it's no faster than any other shed that you would see in the game. His actual ability component is shut off. Okay, now that is one way that you can, or technically two ways that you can go about blocking this. It's all reliant on having the right ability in the right spot. However, there is a way that doesn't rely on abilities to counteract unstoppable forces or Colossus, and it's based off of what type of play you call. But before I break down what type of play that is, make sure that you guys are subscribed right here to the channel, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below. If this video is helping you out, if this is topical, something you were searching for and you're getting the answers you're looking for, make sure that you check out the other content here on the channel that is absolutely free. And if that isn't enough to satiate you, make sure you guys head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is on top of and honestly predicting the metas that evolve in competitive Madden all year long. From day one in our vault, we focus on the most effective tactics in the game, how they work, and how to counter them. On top of that, you guys get access to all offensive and defensive game plans, members only Discord access, and lab sessions where you can ask anything you need to improve at the game. And if we don't know the answer, we'll work until we find it in the lab on the spot for you. And you guys unlock the entire website for just $9.95. Join the over 2,000 members in our Discord, the best community in the tip space, that I assure you. Otherwise, let's get back into the video. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to put in backup linemen. I'm going to put in guys that don't have post up, that don't have pass protector, that don't have secure protector. I'm just going to put in regular Joes. In fact, these guys are going to be like rated in the 80s. Okay. And we're just going to rush the Colossus against those players. But what we're going to do is we're going to call a play action based play. Now, the only downside to this concept is that you must keep the running back on the play fake, but you can abort out of the play fake by tapping the right trigger in the middle of the animation. What this does is it pulls the defensive pass rusher with the ability into run fit mode. For those that don't know, every single play has coverage assignments for the players that are in coverage, and it has run assignments for the run game. If you run a play action play, that first like 2/10 to 1/3 of a second pulls the player into run stopping mode, which is about the same time that a player with an ability would traditionally do a super win animation. So if I were to call a regular play here, you're going to see that this guy is going to bully this player right away, right there with a vicious bull rush. However, if I were to go ahead and run a play action based play against this exact same rush, what you're going to see is that if I just tap the right trigger in the middle of the play fake, what you're going to observe is the player get a delayed shed. In fact, he gets no shed at all, really. And it takes much, much longer. So you see right there that it basically pulls him into run stopping mode where he has to read the play and he can't rip off that Colossus animation. So what this does is the little half play fake in the background will pull him into run stopping, read and react mode, whereas he normally would be doing his Colossus animation. This allows inferior offensive linemen to hold their blocks longer before they get instantly whipped as soon as he realizes it's a regular pass play. But if you were to kind of think about it, at this point, we're about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds in the snap, and he's getting this shed. By the time he actually gets to the quarterback, if the running back wasn't there waiting for him, you're talking 3.5, 4 seconds. And that's enough time to make a read, even if you've got a guy who's getting destroyed by a Colossus ability. So you can apply this into other formations. In fact, you don't really have to run play action plays where the running back stays in. There are formations in the game where if you call a play action, the running back actually runs like a flat route after the play action. Take, for instance, this play right here, PAY option. So if I were to run this play right here, just kind of setting up, let's just set up a simple hitch combo or something here, play a little hard flat defense. If we do this play fake, snap the football and do this, you see how the player with the Colossus gets bullied off the ball and they can't actually get that shed animation? This is a great way to deal with, especially if you guys are playing as a budget player in Madden and you don't have a good offensive line. Basing your offense around canceled play fakes is so nice. So this will benefit you greatly if you have like a budget offensive line in MUT, because, you know, if you don't have a God squad, you probably take a little bit longer to build your offensive line, or it's, you know, last behind your quarterback and your skill position players. But as you can see, these play action plays, they basically kind of bully the player into playing that instant win animation super late. And I mean, look how far away Dontari Poe is. I mean, with this play after the play fake, I mean, he's not getting off this block until mad late. So whether you use play action to delay the shed animations, or you run a ability such as pass protector, or you use a double team with a post up, or even better yet, a combination of them where you run a play action play with a pass protector, or you run a play action play but put the double team on the post up. This is going to be a great way to get around these abilities wrecking the game. One last thing that I do want to go back to, especially for those of you that utilize the Colossus ability, is that if you are dealing with somebody that spams the play action fakes on you, if you want the pass rush animations to actually kick in a little bit more effectively, you can actually pass commit. Now to do this, you're going to hit right bumper and then you're going to flick the right analog stick up. And this will tell everyone on the team, hey, rush the passer. So when we do this here, you still see that he, you know, gets into the move a little bit faster. It's slower, albeit, because again, it is play action. So there's something about the play action that delays it a little bit, but he plays the animation a little bit quicker. So if you know someone is spamming this on you, you can at least get him to play this animation right away. If you recall, the first time we ran the play fake, Tom held his block for about two and a half seconds. There was like a brief moment in time after the play fake was over where it took him a while to get beat. Whereas with the pass commit, he got beat instantly. The downside to this, however, is that if you pass commit and somebody decides to run the football on you, you are going to be in for a world of hurt, because basically everybody in a coverage assignment doesn't react to the run and you'll be giving up a huge gain. So from an offensive point of view, utilize the play action to neutralize the Colossus. If the Colossus is still wrecking you, you probably know that they're pass committing to make that happen. The run game is there for the taking. So keep that in the back of your mind, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a video right there. I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with our next YouTube long, or maybe this afternoon you'll come back for our next YouTube short. Until then, this is Zan, get the lab, and good luck.